You say hook up, it's the sex. You're bumping bellies. You know, that's just...
Me and my friends, we get along pretty well, and we usually agree on everything. But there's one thing we just can't seem to agree on, and that is what it means to hook up. So I'm gonna go around the office to ask my coworkers what it means to hook up, and hopefully we could all finally come to an agreement. From like making out to like anal. Okay. Where would you land the beginning of hooking up?
The beginning of hooking up is probably just making out, because that could go into, you know, hooking up. Once you get into like anal, like you're dating.
We need you and your expertise for this video.
Oh.
So we're trying to figure out what it means to hook up, and like...
I think hooking up would definitely be if one private part meets another private part.
More than just making out. Otherwise, you would just say, I made out with that person.
A hand job. Would you consider a hand job hooking up?
Then a person would just be like, I gave them a hand job.
Ah, so if it's a hookup, there's more things.
Yeah.
What do you think it means to hook up?
I honestly think you need to exchange some bodily fluids for it to count as a hookup.
I wouldn't really go anything further than making out, I don't think. I know people think it means sex, and I don't think that they're wrong either.
If someone says, oh yeah, we hooked up, it means you had an orgasm together.
Anything past kissing. So clothes off.
I think it means anything kissing or beyond.
Let's say you went out and you kissed someone.
You hooked up.
You hooked up.
I'm married. And if my wife kissed somebody, I would say, oh, you hooked up with someone, and then we would be divorced.
As a hookup, I would say anything past just making out.
Anybody else has an opinion about that?
I think it's having sex, right?
Well,
everything that...
Yes, thank you. Confrontation.
If my friend came to me and was like, I hooked up with someone last night, I'm like, oh, she had sex with him. Or her.
Would you be like, you didn't hook up with them if they were like, no, I just like sucked his dick?
Yeah.
You'd be like, that's not a hookup?
That's not a hookup. Oral sex is sex. Oh. As they tell you in sexual health classes, oral sex is still sex.
I guess anything after like making out.
P to V, V to V, P to P. I probably wouldn't say that a makeout is a hookup.
What about a hand job?
That's a hookup, I think.
I could come here and tell you, oh, I hooked up with this person last night, and you wouldn't automatically assume I had sex.
With you? Automatically.
Anyone.
Automatically. It depends on the person. I haven't went out with this person before.
Thank you so much. This was great.
Oh, really?
I think when exposed genitalia are involved, that's when the hookup line hits.
More than kissing, so it could be heavy touching, heavy petting, fondling, if you will.
Horsing around.
Horsing around. Horsing around. Yeah.
It's beyond making out, you know, touching each other's bits.
You gotta be naked for a hookup. Doesn't have to be sex.
Making out naked, is that a hookup?
Yeah.
There was some genitalia involved. There was something, it wasn't just a makeout.
Anything beyond making out, you can kind of fill in with hookup, and then you just kind of get into more details depending on who you're telling the story to.
Then you have what they call hooking up.
Ooh, yeah. If you're hooking up, like I've been hooking up with this girl, usually that means you've been sleeping with the girl.
For me, I feel like hooking up involves like sex in some way, whether it's like oral or like penetration.
Like a hand job. Would you consider that hooking up?
That's interesting. I don't think so. Okay. Even though it is like sexual.
After this, I think I'm more okay with having a loose definition for hookup, even though I wish we could all just agree on something. We'll remain confused until we all get our shit together and agree on something. I feel like I'm just as confused as I was earlier.